Alright, so now we're back with some Diablo 2 Eastern Sun. So we didn't start with the title screen, we didn't log out. This is just a continuation of the other episode. So here's all of the rare helmets that we identified in the other one. We still have to organize them, so we just essentially sort them by level, sort them by the level that they are, and then be like, if we're looking for to create something that's a required level 9, we probably want something like this. So when we're actually crafting items, or when we're trying to re-roll a whole bunch of rare items to make super sick items for the characters to level up faster with, we'll be able to do that. But we should just go straight to the items. This episode, we're going to be identifying chess pieces, and then hopefully something else. Hopefully if we could get through the chess pieces quickly, then we could just identify the rest of the things. And then we add these to the Armours page, and then we'll be able to see what are some potential stats that could spawn on Armours at these levels. And we could look at them later and then see these are the stats that we have. See, is there a way to get better stats? So you know that the it's these ones, the Assassin Cloak and the Sorceress Cloak. Those pretty much should spawn with plus skills on them, or else there's no reason for them to be a Sorceress Cloak or an Assassin Cloak. Might as well just be a regular armor. The first one's the Viper Pellet Plate Belt. So last episode we were just identifying like them like this. This works pretty good. Doesn't have to use identify scrolls. So requires level 23, so plate mail is level 1. So faster hit recovery, defense requirements. So is it the requirements minus 30 that requires that level? Required level 23? We'll find that out when we finally collect all these stats again. We just wanted to get all this done first. So it has damage reduced by 8%, damage reduced by 6. So we know one of those is probably the horrific. Something like that. Just required level 1 and increased max life 6%. So that was pretty decent, right? Max life, lightning resist, damage reduced by 6, damage reduced by 8%, requirements negative 30%, level 24. Yeah, I guess so. If armor doesn't matter too much at the lower levels. Fighter armor when struck. So it's a demon hide, so it's base level 25, so that might be level 20 or something. Yeah, level 20 requirement. So there's a level 20 requirement item. So maybe change the defense versus missiles for something. The damage reduced by 9 is pretty good though. It just doesn't have any other stats on it. 442, enhanced defense, cold resist, poison resist, life, chance to cast shock armor. So all of the chance to cast ones are just something unique for the armors, right? The rare armors, they have this unique property, chance to cast a whole bunch of different things. So if we find an armor with a chance to cast on it with good stats on it, that would be something to base from. So this one had absolutely nothing on it, right? It was just basically defense. All it gave it was defense, and then poison length reduced, just 3 stats. So that could be an example of our worst rare armor. It's not a very good armor. And its defense, damage reduced. This one's not too good either. All it has is defense, damage reduction, requirements negative. So that's not good. Plus life, dual resistance, magic damage reduced by 1, level 22. So that might be pretty decent. Yeah, the 50th life. If you're looking for life, then you have a life armor. Plus 1 in necromancer skills. Oh, that's right. If it requires level 30, at least level 30, then you would want it to have plus skills on it. That's right, because armors can have plus 1 to class skills at level 30. And does it require a lower level for the actual character? We'll have to check that out later. But there's a really good chest piece then. If the chest piece comes with plus 1 necromancer armors and has a lot of strength, 38 strength, well, it's based on character level, so it wouldn't be that high when he's using it. And it just has 2 resistances, so it could have had a lot better stats on it. Maybe like plus mana or something. Yeah. Well, it's a good starter piece for a necromancer. we could try to upgrade it and say when we're actually re-rolling good rares. That's the whole point of this, these stats. I think there's also +1 to all skills. So if you can get both of those stats on it, +1 at Necromancer, is that possible? So you get the knowledgeable. Knowledgeable is +1 to all skills on like armor, right? Except for gloves, boots, and belts, that's right. So chest piece and helmets. It's just chest piece and helmets. Maybe shields. Is shields armor? Or shields armor? We can scroll to the top to find out. All armor. So shields are armor. Alright. So shields are armor. So +1 to skills. And it's not in the same tree, right? It's not in the same tree as anything. Required level 30. All we need is the affix level of the item to be 35. Then it could have +1 to all skills. And then you scroll down here. And then it could also have +1 to character skills. So I guess that'd be like the top tier armor for level 30. Well, where is it? Holy Freeze, +1 to specific skills. And then what about the character skills? Are they both prefixes? Maybe they are. Maybe they are. Maybe they are both prefixes. They're just in different trees. So here's that horrific one we were talking about, right? So this one's cool. It's like you could have it on torsos and shields. It requires level 1. So if you find this on a magic or rare item that rolls a really low level, this stat does not increase the character level. So if you find like a really good rare item level, affix level 75, you could have a magic damage reduced by 20, damage reduced by 20, damage reduced by 20% on a level 1 magic armor, right? That's the thing. That's why magic armors can be better than rare armors. Although if you do find a rare armor, its affix level would have to be 50, so most of the time it'll roll with other stats that require a much higher level, so it's really hard to get the rare ones. Magical ones are pretty good though, so you'd want something like that. With the plus skills, was probably just up here then if it wasn't down there. +1 to Amazon skills, so missiles, spears, which is +1 to necromancers. Are they up here or something? Amulet, head, circlet, armor. Large charms. We're not looking at large charms. We're looking at head, wand, knife, +1 necromancer, summoners. Head, wand, knife, and pull. Amulet, circlet. Or is it just he added that one? Because we know he added the +2 to skills. Amulet, circlet, ring. We didn't know he added the +1 to skills. Maybe we did. Amulet, circlet, head, wand. See, that's why you look at the items in game, because he added that. Head, wand, knife. He added that. That's right, we checked the things. +3 to necromancer skills on the armor. Oh, it was originally only on the amulet and circlet. So you can find it in armors. If you were just looking at the website, you'd be like, armors, they can't get +1 to skills on them. But if you're in the actual game identifying these things, you can see that armors can get +1. So all you'd have to do is go to the game, open up the code, and then you'd have to open up the one file, go to the text document, go scroll down to the very bottom, and then read the new ones that were added. We did that before, so we knew the new ones that were added. So it just confirms everything. So if you're looking for a level 30 armor, you want something with +1 to skills and +1 to your character skills. And are all of these on the same thing, or are they different things? So we're just checking one thing here quick, we'll be back. There we go. So they're all in the same thing, so you can only have one of those spawn. And there's no plus to skills on the suffix. There's no plus skills on suffix? I guess not. Only these ones. So the suffix would give you +2 another ability. And then these are the ultimate endgame items: helmet, torso, weapon, protection from evil aura, might aura when equipped, fanaticism aura when equipped, holy fire when equipped, holy freeze aura when equipped. Those are the crazy endgame ones from Hell difficulty, Helm Torso Weapon. Card level 25. So that's good. 15 strength, dual resist, poison length reduced by 75, requirements 40%. And then this one, if it doesn't have sorceress skills on it, then it's not a sorceress armor. It's not really a sorceress armor. Level 34. Or we imagine there is other builds, right? There's probably uses for the armors without the plus skills on them. Because the plus skills would take up 2 of these stats. 2 out of these 6 stats. And then you only have 4 stats left. Sounds pretty cool. That one's Assassin. Fast rate recovery, 2 skills. Plus life, triple resistances. Card level 24. Still, level 24 is really high. It's the life. The plus life has brought up the requirements up considerably. So there's also a Dwarven Circlet we got here. We forgot one rare helmet, I guess. Her leather armor. So now we could, we're growing our knowledge on the armors, right? Before we're looking and we're like, cool to bring the armors. Cloaks. That's a unique one. Shoulders, demon hides. So we got 2 spike shoulders, 2 demon hides. Light plates. So light plates would be one of the things that we'd be re-rolling because light plates are pretty good. Well, Alvin chains. That's right, Alvin chains. Alvin chains would be the things to re-roll. Alvin chains while we're re-rolling. Chainmail. So the chainmail is enhanced defense plus the strength, lightning resist level 23. So it's not too good. It's only 3 out of 6 stats on it. And the breastplate is chance to cast fighter armor, enhanced defense, replenish life, fighter resist requirements plus 10%. So that means it has the heavy modifier. If it requirements is plus 10%, 130% enhanced defense. So that means it also has another modifier that adds defense, right? So this one's like always the same thing. It's always plus 75% enhanced defense. And then from the other stats, it has 55% enhanced defense. So it has plus 55% enhanced defense from somewhere else, and then 75% enhanced defense from that one stat. So there's 2 defense stats on it. 2 defense stats. Chance to cast fighter armor when struck. That one's really good. Level 18. It would be better on a level 10 armor. Level 3. So item level 8. There we go. Cool. Triple resistance, 1 life. Required level 3. So that might be a good base for a level 3 character. Amazing. So there's our best level 3 armor. 888. We could farm level 3 armors and then try to get like the perfect 10 triple resistances. This is just not really anything on that armor. Required level 23. Sure, you get a lot better things by level 23. It's just the requirements modifier of ease. That one literally just mana cold resist, attacker takes damage. Fire armor when struck, replenish dual resistance, damage reduced by 10. So that one is pretty good because of the damage reduced by 10. Damage reduced by 10 is actually amazing. So I guess the level 20 armor would want damage reduced by 10. Damage reduced by 10 could be the level 1 ability though. Shiver armor, faster air recovery, so that one doesn't do anything. Although it is really high faster air recovery, level 13. Level 16 without less hit recovery. So it does have all 6 stats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It does have all 6 stats on it. So it does give something everywhere. So that's actually an alright armor, I guess. So 6% gold. Gold's the auto modifier on here, so it's just defense melee, cold resist, replenishes durability requirements. So that's like a rare you couldn't do anything with, probably. So we got the plated breastplate. Cool, so we're like halfway done. So these do take a while. There's the heavy modifier, requires level 1. So a level 1 character could use this armor. Oh, was that a blue one? Yeah, you could tell because it was blue. We thought we could tell because it was blue. Elven Chain. So the Elven Chain would be like the top tier armor pretty much. If you're re-rolling any armor, the Elven Chain would be the armor to re-roll. Faster recovery, mana, lightning resist, fighter resist, poison resist. So it does have a 3 resistance, level 22. So maybe we'll try to go through them quicker, right? We're always looking at these stats, but maybe they're no good. So we could say, strength, life, level 16. When we sort them by level, we'll know more about it. But for now, we could say that one doesn't look well. Level 19. Maybe if they spawn with both of them, damage reduced and magic damage reduced. So it's just 25 because it's a trellised armor. Poison resistance, so it has good resistance. Level 16 stats. Strength, dexterity, fire resist. So the strength would bring it up to level 30 maybe. So we're just saving the Elven Chain for last. This is a nightmare item. Dexterity, life, lightning resist, magic damage. So all of these stats are essentially just things to add on to the stats of the jewels when you socket into them. Because these stats here, they're not really more powerful than uniques by themselves. They're not more powerful than sets by themselves. Their power comes from the ability to socket one additional item in these sockets. So the power comes from whatever the jewel is that you put into the item. Gothic plates. Say quilted armor. Say demon hide. So there's a serpent skin down there. Minimum damage, attack rating. So item level 2 required level 3. These stats are really low, but it is a level 1. So those are all maximum stat. No, life would be +5. It's pretty close though. Required level 3. Just that level 3 doesn't do anything. For the super low levels, we found that probably a white item would be best. So I guess anything below nightmare wouldn't be anything because it would just be the white socketed item. And then level 30 would be the next tier of items. I have to think about that. Attacker takes damage, poison resist, strength. So strength based on level. Okay. Defense, cold resist, magic damage reduced by 2, by 12, level 19. So you could have a magic damage reduced by 12 and then a damage reduced by 10 at that level. Something like that by looking at these things. Requirement's 10%, so it has the heavy modifier on it. Or it could have the next one, 13, so that's a bunch of defense and then nothing really on it. So this has been identifying the armors. We'll pretty much continue identifying the armors because we're about halfway through the pages. So I guess we picked up a whole bunch of them. Won't even know why we picked them all up, just because you can't leave an armor on the ground. So there's like I don't know, what is this one? Poison length reduced. Oh, there's one here. This one, 150% defense. Requirement's negative 10%. So does that mean it has that one modifier and then of ease, right? 150% defense, requirements plus 20%. And then it also has the requirements minus 30%. You could pretty much tell by looking at it. Maximum life, magic damage reduced, so really high defense. It does have good base stats, right? It's maximum life. Well, maximum life wouldn't matter too much at the low levels. Faster. There we go. There's a example of a item with 2 stats on it. So we said magic items could have 2 stats on it, and it's true. So if you find a magic item that has 2 stats on it, it might as well be a magic item. Life, mana, damage reduced, requirements. Level 33. That must be the requirements negative 40%, bringing it up so high. So the thing that we're learning is that probably really good stats would just be life and mana. That's pretty much it. The only thing that would actually probably help your character would be life mana damage reduced, magic damage reduced by 10, maximum life. I think that's the other one too, right? Magic damage reduced. Yeah, heartless, torso, or shield. So these are all in the same tree. You could only have one of them. You could only have damage reduced by 10%. You could only have damage reduced by 10%, or damage reduced by a fixed number, or magic damage reduced by a fixed number. So only one of these, only torso or shield. So I guess if it has a magic damage or damage reduced, and then you go over here to the top, right? Top of the suffixes. Damage reduced by, doesn't really reduce the damage by too much until the higher levels. So that just shows how powerful these ones can be on a low level armor if you can manage to get them to spawn on it. So the only one we can get is 5 to 10. So the ones with damage reduced by 10, magic damage reduced by 10, that would be the most that you could get then. Just they replenishes their ability, and then the requirement's negative 30% kind of ruins the armor. They could have like faster hit recovery or something on it. Although we don't know exactly what all the prefixes and suffixes are until we collect all of these stats again and then line them all up beside each other and then start crafting and be like, here's the stats we know that can spawn on them, here's what we're looking for, here's what we hope to get, and then here's what we get instead. Oh, Elven Chain, yeah. Elven Chain would be like the best one. So let's just identify that one over here or something. So we could say the Trellis armor is cold resist, poison resist, required level 25. So it's a really, really low stats on it. Requires level 10. So it could be on a level 10 armor instead of level 25 armor. And cold resist, poison resist, poison length reduced. Attacker takes damage. Level 30 requirement. So, considering you could have much better stats at level 30, we know that that one's not good. Max life, poison resist, level 25. Is it level 23? So the thing is, if you're looking for resistances, you'd want them all to roll generally high. You wouldn't want a really low one on a high level. Right, 'cause this one's like required level 13, and compared to these resistances, required level 30, it's just like 17 cold resist. So, this one actually is amazing then. This actual one is amazing. Cold resist, lightning resist, both really high. Magic damage reduced by 24% faster hit recovery. It's mainly only amazing because of the 24% faster hit recovery at level 13. So level 13 could use that. Although those low levels doesn't really matter. We're actually realizing that right now. I've always been chasing these low-level items, trying to craft items for low-level characters, and now that we have them, it's like, your characters are going to level up so quick, so basically the Nightmare and Hell items would overtake these as soon as it hits level 30. So we'll craft some super low-level gear at some point too. So I guess there was a lot more armor pieces than helmets. Defense, life, mana, cold resist, fire resist, magic damage reduced by 10. So this would be another example of a really good one. The other one was like level 13 for faster hit recovery. So this one doesn't have the faster hit recovery, but it does have the magic damage reduced. Because magic damage reduced is so amazing on a new character. If you're just running through and then you don't take any damage, then it's perfect. So level 15, just have, +1 to lightning skills. +1 to lightning skills for a sorceress. Mana cold resist, magic damage reduced by 12. 19. So that means it could have that magic damage reduced by 10 plus something that reduces its magic damage by 2. Or if the other thing didn't max. So damage reduced by 10%. There we go. That one's cool. Damage reduced by 10% is a level 1 stat, but it's a really good level 1 stat. Jeez, we've gone through so many armors. It's already at like 25 minutes. I mean, we're trying to speed this one up. But it appears there's more chest pieces than anything. Like even in the helmets, we even talked about the circlets a whole bunch too. Here we're running out of space. I think we put something in the cube, right? Yep. Ghost armor, faster hit recovery, +2 shock armor. So +2 shock armor, you can get that at level 24. So now that we know that +2 some off skill would be a really good thing to get. Right, for an armor that requires level 24, you might want faster hit recovery, +2 some off skill, some fire resist, yeah. So that's actually a really, really good base then. Hence defense, dexterity, poison resist. So we're learning that defense isn't as good as we thought it was. There's so many other stats besides defense. So many other stats. Faster hit recovery requires level 20. Damage reduced. Attacker takes damage. So it must be the attacker takes damage up. Or it could be the magic damage reduced by 4. We'd have to figure it out when we get these stats collected and then put them beside each other and be like, what could they have been? Or what should they have been? Color resist requires level 3. Item level 9. So the ones, right, item level 9, that means that we found it in Act 1 somewhere. That was back in Act 1 then when we were bringing the character through and then we killed something and then he gives you the required level 3 items. So if you're just farming for low level items, like if you're just looking for a level 3 item or a 10 item or a 15, you'd actually just go to the lower leveled areas and then just farm those ones. Still have room for like 3 armors. Defense, life, lightning resist, fire resist, damage reduced by 6, magic damage reduced by 6. So that's actually really good. Damage reduced by 6 and magic damage reduced by 6. Only level 24. Faster hit recovery, increased maximum life, cold resist, poison resist. So maybe at the 30-minute point we should quit or something. So we could say we've seen a whole bunch of armors. Requires level 10, could have chance to cast, we know that. So we could have up to 20% resistances. So we'll be chasing the best ones at some point. So an ethereal one, we'll just leave the ethereal ones for now. Elven chain. Oh, and 2 trellis armors here. Oh, studded leather, and then a ghost armor. Strength requires level 25, so maybe it's not level 25. Maybe, requires level 25 stats, and it's level 25 armor. So for the stats for this level 25 nightmare armor would be absolutely perfect. It just had to roll with better other stats that were level 25. Was it the, that's a level 1 stat. Max life, fire resist, magic damage, attacker takes level 25, level 20 stats. And the elven chain, plants life, damage reduced by 9, attacker takes damage, so it's nothing really on the elven chain. Well, it could be, because we could add stats to them like we've been saying. So maybe if it's a bad elven chain, maybe you could make it better. Maybe make it better than something else. Boom. We imagine there's some core stats that would be better than anything. Like all resistance. Yeah, something like this. Hard level 20, all resistance plus max resistance. Alright, so that'd be a good stat to chase on a level 20 armor. It would be max resistance plus all resistance with +1 to all skills and +1 to paladin skills. So we know that +1 can spawn on paladins. So the armors, they must all have +1 to the class skills on the body armors then. So how many more pages do we have left? 56, 1, 2. So there's still like 2 robes there. Increase life, replenish life, half freeze duration. Sounds no good. Because we don't have any space for any more armor. Run out of space. Charge vault. Increase maximum life 12%. What are the mage armors? There's 2 mage armors here. Wow, there's 2 armors over there. Fire scales, lightning mastery, meteor. That one's not too bad then. Oh, because you could get a +1 to lightning mastery without having to go into the lightning tree. And then if you have any lightning abilities, lightning mastery doesn't have any requirements to go into it. You could just put lightning mastery at level 1. That's right. Well, I mean, without any prerequisites to put into it. So why is it require level 40? Plus 6% to dexterity? Is that a level 40 stat? Plus 6% to dex? Hair recovery, cold resist, lightning, poison. So lots of resistances, but no sorceress skills. Faster hit, card level 25, so the attacker takes damage of would bring it to level 20, I guess then. 24% is only a level 13 modifier. So you can only identify a few more. So there we go. We've seen a whole bunch of rare armors. We've gotten good grasps of the possible stats that could be on them. Apparently the prime stats would be the +1 to all skills, and then +1 to whatever class you are. +1 to like paladin, +1 to sorceress, +1 at necromancer. Whatever class you are, you'd want that as your other modifier. So I guess there's 2 main modifiers you want. And then your body armor would have +2 to scales, but we ran out of room, so we don't have any room for these. But there's only how many armors is there left? About what? 1 armor. 2 armors. So there's like 2 armors left. Yeah, let's try to identify the last 2 armors then. Ancient armor will save. We'll identify the spiked armor, right? Spiked armor and 10 to strength, 7 to dex, cold resist, replenish life, card level 19. So we'll come back for that later. And then we'll just identify the ancient armor. So ancient armor, you would want defense, because ancient armor has the highest base defense. Shiver armor, defense, strength, lightning resist, magic damage. Card level 16, so level 16 could use it. Is it because of the magic damage reduced by 3? Maybe it is. So there's all of the armors. Now we can just throw them into the armors page. There's the armors episode. There's a whole bunch of stats that can spawn in normal difficulty. That's just picking up armors off the ground on normal difficulty.